The reason why 天一阁 is named after 天一 is that the founders quoted the meaning of water is produced by the sky in the I Ching. It is hoped that can avoid fire, which has always been the greatest worry of book collectors. Although it is only a library, it has actually become a cultural miracle and extreme hardship and pathetic. The founder of Tianyi Pavilion was named Fanqing, who was born in Jiajing period of Ming Dynasty, possessed a willpower that transcended intentions, hobbies, talent, and time. That kind of willpower seemed overly cold, grim, and even impersonal most of the time. But it is what has sustained the Tianyi Ge to this day. Most of the real trouble for bibliophiles encounter is behind them. And so, the problem facing Fanqing is how to turn his willpower into an unshakable family legacy. When Fanqing lived to the age of 80, finally reached the end of his life, he called his eldest son and his second daughter-in-law to arrange his inheritance. The old man also gave his descendants a problem when he was on his deathbed. He divided the inheritance into two parts. One is 10,000 taels of silver. One is a whole building of books. Let them to choose. The eldest son, Fan Dachong, immediately spoke up, saying that he was willing to inherit the library and decided to rent out part of his fertile land to pay for the library maintenance costs. Thus began an endless relay race. Many years later, Fan Dachong would also have a will. His son would again have a will, with the latter generation's wills even being stricter than the former. Huang Zongxi was a native of Yuyao and had no blood ties with the Fan family. Even though he was a giant who was deeply admired by the nation's intellectual and academic community for his character, temperament, and scholarship, it was still strictly forbidden to board building as the rule. He was well aware of the Fan family's strict rules, but he came anyway, in the 12th year of the Kangxi era, that is 1673. Huang Zongxi went through the entire collection in Tianyi Ge and compiled the circulating ones into a bibliography, and wrote another Tianyi Ge collection of books for the world. The collection was thus linked to the personality of a great scholar. When the time came during Qianlong reign of the Qing dynasty, the Qianlong emperor decided to compile the Siku Quanshu. So, Tianyi Ge submitted more than 600 precious ancient books, 96 of which were included in the Siku Quanshu, and more than 370 were listed in the collection catalogue. Qianlong is very grateful for the contribution of Tianyi Ge, many times praised a word, and instructed the new north and south building of the main collection of books are modeled on the pattern of Tianyi Ge. Tianyi Ge is famous for this, although most of the books on the dedication were not written, but in the National Encyclopedia, in the emperor ordered the construction of the collection of books have its life. Tianyi Ge was massively repaired and enriched time and again, and is now a key cultural relics protection unit, and a place that people mostly visit when they visit Ningbo. The collection of books in Tianyi Ge is still to be sorted out, but in the modern era of intensive cultural information and easy cultural communication, its main significance is no longer disseminate the actual content of the books to the community to knowledge, but as a symbol of classical cultural undertakings exist, reminiscent of the arduous journey of the preservation and transmission of Chinese culture, reminiscent of the pathetic and sacredness of an ancient nation's thirst for culture.